This morning we're in the village of Tredington, Warwickshire, and not to be confused with Tredington in Worcestershire. Tredington is spelt with one D, by the way, T-R-E-D, and confusingly, Tredington in Warwickshire, where we are now, used to be in the parish of Worcestershire. It's a bit of a complicated history, but apparently Worcestershire used to have little, shall we say, island parts of its county, and this was one of them. So in 1931, I think it was, it changed to Warwickshire. So Tredington is located about 2 miles from a town called Shipston on Stour, and about 9 miles from Stratford upon Avon, and has a population of about 1,400 people, and it has a pub, and here's the pub. It used to be called the White Lion, I think. Now it's just called the Lion. And so, yeah, I know Tredington well, because I live in Warwickshire, and I've lived in Warwickshire all my life, Warwickshire and Worcestershire. And yes, I know this village very well. And it has two main sides to it. This is the sort of older side, if you like, which has the church and all these older, more, should we say, characterful buildings. And ahead you can see the church, which is St. Gregory's church. And on the other side of the main road, which cuts through the village, the road, incidentally, is the London Road, Birmingham to London, I suppose you could say, going through Oxford. Yeah, so, and incidentally, the village is also crossed through by the old Fossway, which is an old Roman road. Obviously it's a modern A road now. But that's quite a well-known road in the UK. It's a lovely summer's morning, about 10:30, later on in August, so you're just about feeling the, well, it's beginning to feel a little bit autumny, and so the roads round this part of the village, they sort of, go around in a circle and meet up back where you started, in a way. And look at these pretty little cottages. So again, it really is a quintessential English village look, and a lot of these houses are dating back to the 1700s, 1800s. This house, for instance, is built from stone. Some people call it mudstone. It's blue lias, and a lot of it around here was quarried at a village called Wilmcote near Stratford upon Avon. Sort of sedimentary, fossilised mud, so it's a little bit soft, but quite characterful. It's got that lovely blue-grey look to it. So there's more of it there, with some more orange stone mixed in. Those gateposts there, you can see, are a mixture of stone, but it's got blue lias in. So yeah, this is the church of St Gregory, and that spire is 210 feet tall, and it is actually the tallest spire in Warwickshire, tallest church spire in Warwickshire. And the church goes way back. It was first built, the earliest part of the church goes back, I think, to 960 or 70. I'm not sure, is that this Saxon age, but then bits were added, notably in, I've read just recently, bits were added in from 1200 onwards, and then over the years. And the church spire and the tower, that was constructed, I believe, in the 1300s. And famously, I read, although I've never actually seen these, let's take a look now, but there are supposed to be bullet marks in the church doors, from the English Civil War. So let's see, here's the porch and here's the old door. Let's see if we can find any bullet marks. Now, I think if you knew what you were looking for, you could potentially find them. I'm not sure I can see them, but if anybody knows where they are, they can perhaps let me know in the comments. Let's see if the church is open today, which it is. And of course, like a lot of churches, although I don't know too much about this church, it has a lot of history, as per usual. And just reading up about it recently, I believe that is a Jacobean pulpit, which is a magnificent thing. Here's the stained glass window, which is lovely. That's a great window. Looks very good, with a light shining through it. There are some notable burials here, with very interesting carvings on. And these are the resting places of some people who lived in the village in the 1700s, and it's a family. And just looking at it, the family is the Parker family. And here we see the bell pulls. This church has got 6 bells. I think they date back to around the 1600s, mainly that period. I think there was started off with 4 bells, and then I believe there was 5, and then around the 1700s, and now there's 6. This font is also a lovely piece of stonework and history. Church. I can't do the history of this church justice, so I won't even try. I'll leave a link to some people who have described this church and the history of it much better than I could ever do on a short video. So how lovely to find the church open. That's a great bonus. Yeah, so just taking a little look around the building here. There's older parts and newer parts. I believe there was a restoration in the 1800s, was one of the last ones. And yeah, actually I sit on this bench from time to time, and it's very peaceful in this churchyard, and I'll sit here in the good weather when it's not raining, and there's this wonderful view of the church. You can just about hear the main road in the background, but it's okay. You can hear the birds more than the main road. And so, that's lovely. As we approach the gate leaving the churchyard, we can look up to the spire, which is quite a sight. And there's one thing about that spire I've noticed, is if you look very carefully, can you see at the top it sort of crooks over very slightly to the left hand side? It's not 100% straight. I see there's a bit of vegetation growing out of there, which isn't ideal, but yeah, it's a very tall and lovely spire. So, making our way out of the churchyard via the Mill Lane gate. And then we see these pretty scenes of the village. Some larch trees over there in the churchyard. And this part of the village takes us up towards the London Road. And interestingly, in Tredington, you have quite a few of these walls. They're called cob walls, and it's a very old-fashioned building technique, using mud and straw, I believe, and I mean, I might have to be corrected on that. Maybe a bit of lime mixed in. With this here, you can see, I think they're called minor bees. Have all been in here, but they love the soft material. And if we go up here, I have an idea that might have been rebuilt at some stage because it's not in such bad condition. So just looking back at the church now, I believe somebody wrote about this particular scene, that this would be one of the prettiest scenes you would ever see in rural England, and I mean, I tend to agree. And here we have the old school. So this was a Victorian school. The village school is now a private house. Another pretty little cottage with the right hand part of it there made out of blue lias, and that section there, and more thatch mixed with stone slate roofs. Two magnificent lime trees here forming an arch over the road. And here you can see on the school building there's a bell just in the top gable there. Incidentally, there is a school in the village. It's a Church of England junior school, and that's a busy school with a lot of pupils. It's well attended. Just to finish off our walk, we'll go down this little part of the village. Another pretty little cottage up for sale recently. And this little lane brings us out back where we started, pretty much. Nice. So for now, this has been Tredington village in Warwickshire.
Thank you.